The market looks confused right now. Bitcoin has just closed October with a small indecision candle on the monthly chart. Prices moving sideways above the 100,000 area, and most altcoins look dead. But under the surface, a few very specific coins are breaking out, building strong trends while the rest of the market sleeps. In this video for Think Crypto, I want to walk you through 5 coins I'm watching for November 2025. Why they are strong right now, how I'm thinking about possible entries, and what risks you need to understand before you touch any of them. This is not hype, not a get-rich-quick list, and not financial advice. It's research-based, simple English analysis to help you think clearly in a messy market. Bitcoin has been chopping in a tight range above the 100K zone, with October closing as a kind of indecision candle on the higher time frame. That tells us the market does not yet know if the next big move is up or down. At the same time, on-chain and derivatives data showed that a huge wave of liquidations in October flushed out a lot of leverage, especially around the move from roughly 120,000 down toward the 107,000 region. That was one of the biggest wipeouts of this cycle, and many altcoins simply never recovered from that hit. But while the broad market is weak, some pockets of strength have appeared. Privacy coins like Dash have exploded as traders hunt narratives that are not tied to big tech or AI megacaps. Dash has rallied several 100% in 2025 and recently hit its highest market cap in almost 3 years, as renewed interest in on-chain privacy and legacy payments returned to the spotlight. Other privacy-focused projects such as Horizen are repositioning themselves on Coinbase's base network as compliant privacy infrastructure, which is attracting both traders and longer-term investors. At the same time, AI-linked networks like Bittensor, TAO, and Virtual's protocol are capturing attention as people look for ways to bet on AI agents and machine-to-machine payments, not just on the big Web 2 AI stocks. And in the background, proof-of-work projects like Kaspa are quietly building fast settlement infrastructure with strong decentralization, even if price has gone into a long consolidation. So we are in a strange spot. Bitcoin is undecided, most altcoins are crushed, but a few names tied to strong narratives, privacy, AI agents, and next-gen payments, are showing real strength. That is why selective altcoin picking matters in November. You cannot just buy everything and hope. You need to understand why a coin is strong and what could break that strength. The first coin on the list is Dash, one of the oldest payment and privacy coins in the market. Originally launched as a fork of Bitcoin with features like private send and instant send, Dash was left for dead by many traders during the last bear market. But 2025 has been a comeback year. Dash has surged more than 400% this year, and in early November was trading around the $100 to $140 zone, with market cap back near multi-year highs, fueled by new exchange listings and a fresh wave of interest in privacy-preserving payments. Why does Dash stand out now? First, the privacy narrative is hot again. As governments talk more about surveillance, CBDCs, and tighter regulation, traders naturally look for coins with some level of transactional privacy. Second, Dash still has a relatively limited maximum supply of 18.9 million coins, similar to Bitcoin, which gives it an easy story to sell. Old-school digital cash with a hard cap. Third, the recent move has been supported by a big increase in volume, which usually signals more than just a random pump. The risk with Dash is obvious. After a strong parabolic run, it can easily retrace 30 to 40% without breaking the overall uptrend. We've already seen sharp pullbacks even within this year's rally. If you chase huge green candles, the probability of buying the local top is high. A more sensible approach for traders is to wait for deep pullbacks into previous support zones or moving averages, rather than FOMO buying in the middle of a vertical move. Long-term investors, on the other hand, need to decide if they truly believe in the privacy coin story surviving regulation and competition. The second coin is Bittensor, TAO, one of the main AI infrastructure plays in the crypto world. TAO runs a decentralized network where machine learning models compete and get rewarded for providing useful outputs, with the token acting as the incentive layer. In November 2025, TAO is trading in the high $300 range with a multi-billion-dollar market cap, making it one of the largest AI-linked crypto assets. Price prediction models from several research sites show wide ranges, but many still see TAO as a high beta way to bet on decentralized AI for the rest of this cycle. What makes TAO interesting is that it combines three big themes: AI, decentralization, and token incentives. Instead of one company owning the model and the data, Bittensor tries to create an open marketplace where anyone can contribute a model and earn. If that vision continues to develop, the network could capture some of the value that is now locked inside closed AI platforms. However, that same complexity brings risk. The token has already seen big up and down moves this year, and regulatory uncertainty around AI tokens is still high. For someone trading TAO, the key is understanding structure, watching how price behaves around previous highs, checking how it reacts to pullbacks into daily or weekly demand zones, and having a clear invalidation level where you admit you are wrong. For someone investing, the bigger questions matter more. Will decentralized AI actually win real adoption? And can Bittensor maintain its lead over future competitors? The third coin is Horizen ZEN. Horizen used to be mainly known as a privacy-focused blockchain, but in 2025 it has reshaped itself. The project migrated Zen to an ERC-20 token on Base, Coinbase's Layer 2 ecosystem, and is now positioning itself as a compliant privacy Layer 3 app chain. The idea is to offer tools like zero-knowledge proofs and secure execution environments that allow users and institutions to keep sensitive data private while still staying inside regulated frameworks. Horizen's upgrade to Horizen 2.0 focuses on privacy for DeFi, trading and enterprise use cases, with full EVM compatibility so developers can use familiar Solidity tools. For November 2025, the Zen token is sitting in the mid-teens to high-teens dollar range, with a market cap in the low hundreds of millions. Much smaller than giants like TAO or Dash, but big enough to be on major exchanges. The bullish argument is that if regulators crack down on fully anonymous coins, projects that offer configurable privacy with institutional partners like Coinbase and Grayscale may capture a lot of the demand. The bearish argument is that Horizen is in a crowded space with many privacy and L2/L3 competitors, and still has to prove that real users and institutions will choose its stack over others. The fourth project is Virtual's Protocol, part of the rising AI agent narrative. Virtuals describes itself as a society of productive AI agents that can run on-chain, generate services or content, and autonomously do business with each other and with humans. The protocol connects strongly with the X4XX family of payment ideas, Coinbase's experimental agent payment designs, where robots or AI models can pay and get paid in tiny amounts for work they do online. Why does the market care? Because if AI agents truly become common, booking flights, managing portfolios, writing code, running microtasks, they will need a way to make payments automatically. Virtuals positions its token as the fuel for that world, where each agent is an on-chain entity. Analysts following Virtuals think its token has significant upside if AI agent activity continues to grow into 2025 and beyond, with some optimistic forecasts pointing to double-digit prices if the ecosystem keeps expanding. The risk side is clear. This is a newer, narrative-driven sector where hype can outrun fundamentals very quickly. If volumes dry up or if AI agent use on-chain grows slower than expected, the price can fall just as hard as it pumped. For traders waiting for pullbacks into two-day or daily demand areas, and watching trend lines can help avoid simply buying the top of a narrative spike. For longer-term believers in on-chain AI agents, the question is whether Virtuals can keep developer attention and build real, useful agents that people actually interact with. The fifth coin on this list is Kaspa, KAS. Kaspa is a proof-of-work project built around a block DAG architecture instead of a simple chain, which allows it to process many blocks in parallel and achieve very fast confirmation times while still keeping a Bitcoin-like security model. Recent upgrades such as the Crescendo update increased block production from 1 to 10 blocks per second, with plans to scale even further, and daily transactions have risen sharply since then. Kaspa has a market cap in the low billions and, as of early November 2025, trades around a few cents per coin. An interesting detail, Kaspa historically has had a very strong November, with data suggesting large average gains from October's close to November's close in past years. This has created a kind of November effect around the token, where traders expect a seasonal pump. However, recent research pieces warn that past performance does not guarantee future gains and that current market conditions are very different, with more cautious sentiment and heavier competition. From a fundamental perspective, Kaspa appeals to people who like Bitcoin's fair launch and proof-of-work model but want faster payments. The project's goal to grow public nodes to over 1,000 by its 4th anniversary also shows a focus on decentralization and network health, not just price. On the other hand, the token has already had a big run in earlier cycles, and recent months have mostly been a long consolidation. If Bitcoin stays sideways, Kaspa could continue to grind without a clear direction, despite strong tech. So, how should you think about these 5 coins, Dash, Bittensor, Horizen, Virtuals, and Kaspa, in November 2025? First, understand that they are all high risk. Strong narratives and strong recent performance do not remove volatility. A 30 to 50% drawdown is completely normal in this part of the market. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Second, separate your approaches. If you are trading, you care about entries, exits, and invalidation. You might wait for pullbacks into clear demand zones on Dash, TAO, ZEN, Virtuals, or Kaspa, and you cut the trade if those levels fail. If you are investing, you care more about whether you want long-term exposure to privacy, AI agents, compliant confidentiality, or ultra-fast POW payments, and you build a position slowly over time instead of trying to catch the perfect dip. Third, Remember that we are still in a period of indecision for Bitcoin. If BTC loses major support levels on the weekly chart, all of these coins can sell off sharply in the short term, even if their fundamentals are improving. If BTC holds and starts climbing again, the strongest narratives, privacy and AI in particular, can continue to lead and even make new highs. Finally, this entire video is education, not financial advice. I am sharing what I see in the data and narratives around these 5 coins, but you must do your own research, check the latest charts, read project documentation, and understand your own risk tolerance before buying anything. November 2025 offers real opportunity in selective altcoins, but also real danger if you chase every pump without a plan. This is Think Crypto, and those are 5 coins I'm watching closely right now. If you found this breakdown useful, let me know how you're looking at the market this month. And always stay safe out there.